So in today's video, we're going to go over some of the hidden gems I think are still worth picking up if you're trying to either open up old packs or even just hold it for the long term. Let's get into it. So here I have a 2-pack from Sam's Club of Legends of Galar Tins. So we have the Legend of Galar full tin that has about 5 packs of Sword and Shield in it. And we also have the Galar, just the regular Galar Tins here. So we have a total of 9 packs here that are all Sword and Shield that I was picking up roughly around mid to end of 2024 for pretty much almost a little bit over retail. I think maybe like $20 to $30 over retail. And I decided to hold these for a little while just to see how they did overall. But I'm selling the packs that are inside of this to a local seller just so I can have some cash for an upcoming show. But let's kind of get into this and kind of talk about why I think this is still a good value if you can find it at the right price. So pretty much I was getting this at the tail end of 2024, like kind of around the Stellar Crown period. And I really bought them just because they were very cheap at the time and they were a good pack selection for Sword and Shield era packs that I thought would be really good value down the line. And it kind of worked out for me. So at the time I was really kind of collecting most of these tins, which in retrospect I probably could have done better if I actually bought like booster boxes and stuff at the time, but I really wanted tins because they were undervalued. A lot of people didn't know what packs were inside of these, and so I figured it was actually going to be a good play. And I really like the pack selection that was inside of these. So let's kind of get into those and let me show you what I mean. So I think these retailed for about maybe $39.99, probably something like that. Maybe $50 on the high side, but I really doubt it. These were at Sam's. I mean, who knows? At the time, these probably could have been clearanced just because of how slow things were at the time. But I think retail was around maybe 40 to 50 bucks. And I thought these were really, really valuable. I think I was picking them up for, I think, maybe $60 to $65. Either I was getting them locally in person, or I was even finding them on eBay for about the same price. And so I sold all the packs that are inside of these. So I think these are going to still be a good value overall, because then we're going to go over the pack selection inside of them. We're not going to rip anything just because it's a little bit crazy, and also I did sell all these. So here we have 2 Fusion Strike here. We have an Evolving Skies and a Chilling Rain. So already we're looking at a pretty solid lineup right now. I think as of today, we're looking at probably $15 per pack for Fusion Strike. I think Evolving Skies is creeping up toward, actually, let me double check my math. Let me make sure everything's right. I don't want to overshoot my numbers here. All right, so I just wanted to double check pack prices. So right now we have Fusion Strikes are about $18 a piece. Fusion Strikes at $45 and Chilling Rain is at $11. So right here overall we have $92 in packs just right here. Now these tins, you can find them pretty frequently on eBay. They're not super rare, but the biggest thing is trying to find them at the right price. And the goal for me at the time was pretty much just to hold some of these Sword and Shield packs, especially these 3 sets, because they're pretty much some of the top ones of Sword and Shield. And I wanted to maybe like open these up later on down the line. Now, of course, these things have appreciated quite a bit. I am now doing a lot of vending, and so these have pretty much appreciated to a point where I'm comfortable with moving away from them. And I think I've opened up enough Sword and Shield in my day. But you can see there's another 2 Fusion Strikes here, an Evolving Skies, and 2 more Chilling Rains. And so if you kind of put everything together, I mean, you have a pretty solid lineup of an opening here, right? I mean, these are some of the top sets of this era. Obviously, there's no Crown Zenith in here, but still, I mean, look at this. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with this. Now, if you put all the value together, you're looking at about $195, right? So if you can find these tins, especially this 2-pack, I think it's a really, really good hold still, just because, because I hope this video helps you guys out to find these, so that way people that don't know about these tins, you can have some little inside knowledge on what's exactly in them, because some people are very fearful of opening tins or buying tins blindly because they just don't know exactly what's in them. But for Sam's 2-pack exclusives, this is the lineup. I've opened maybe about 14 of these. Most of that was when I first bought all this stuff. Trust me, it's pretty much guaranteed at this point. And then 2, these sets are pretty much going to continue to appreciate. They're not reprinting anything. Everything else that's out there is just way too expensive. So I think for $195, if you can get any of this under 180 bucks. I think this is going to be a steal. And so look at this. I mean, look at this lineup, right? Now I have seen some eBay listings for these that are roughly about $200. So we're like right on the money, right? But I think some of them are best offers. So if you can send some offers out there, I think that would be a solid idea. I would say also put like a little reminder on eBay to notify you whenever any of these come up, because I have seen a lot of these recently kind of pop up around like 155, 160. And I think shipping's no more than like 10 bucks. So you still might be able to come out ahead if you decide to go ahead and pull the trigger on some of these. So I made a recording error. I forgot to hit resume recording on the video, but as you can see, I have additional packs here because they came from 2 other tins that I just opened. So I'm trying to go back over what I was talking about. So trying to regain my thought on that. So the reason I'm making this video is because, one, again, I had to get the packs, and then two, I think these types of videos are important because if you have a leg up on what's inside some of these tins, because a lot of people are pretty fearful on tins and buying the tins because a lot of times people just don't know what's in them. But this video I think will help out just because it gives you that extra little leg up in knowledge on where you can possibly find deals on. So if people that have been sitting on these for some time don't have research and haven't done research, I think this is a good thing for you to be able to reference back on and be able to see where some of the value is at. Because if you're at a local show, a garage sale, flea market, or whatever, and you see like that Sam's 2-pack tin, I would definitely jump on it no matter what, because this is the value you're going to get. And so, like I said, anything under 150, 160 bucks, I would say that's a steal and go ahead and jump on it. Because again, you have about like $195 in value just sitting right here in one of those tins. Remember, each one is going to have 4 fusion strikes, 2 evolving skies, and 3 chilling rain in each of those collection boxes. So definitely look it up. And like I said, try to follow on eBay if you can find some of that stuff, because I really do think the value is there. And it's another good way to just open up Sword and Shield without breaking the bank. So it's definitely a good buy if you're going to hold it or rip it. But that wraps up that video. I just want to kind of open that up and kind of give you guys an idea of what's inside some of these tins in case you run into them in the wild. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel. Also shop my online store, thepokebaron.com. A lot of sealeds on there, and I am updating it hopefully every week. With now we're selling slabs along with sealed, so definitely check that out. But otherwise, thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.